Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby and today we're taking a look at the Konig XG12 Pro tire chain here on our 2021 Toyota Venza. So this is a great way of giving us some traction control and making it a lot easier to get through that snow and ice that we might be encountering. Now why I like these guys, they are going to stay nice and low profile, making sure we're not going to have any poor interactions with the strut on the other side of our tire, and they're really easy to put on. Not only that, but they are made of a high quality construction. That nickel-manganese alloy steel becomes excellent at actually resisting corrosion on the ground. But if you have any kind of chemical agents that your state might be spraying on the ground, I suggest still give them a rinse, making sure they're nice and clean. That way they stay looking just as good for the seasons to come. So we are going to have a self-tensioner on here, making this really easy to tension up, get on, and even as we drive, tension it up even more, which is great to see. Now you are having a diamond style pattern on here today. What that's doing for us, giving us really good cross chain coverage across the entirety of our wheel. The biggest gap you're gonna have is right here at that top connection. And what's nice about that, you're gonna have a bit of a smoother ride. If you're comparing this to your more traditional ladder style chains, that kind of creates a hills and valleys format, as I like to call it. And basically, every time you come over your cross chain or that hill, you have to accelerate every time, right? Now that's not the worst, especially if you're just starting and stopping. Excellent for just straight highway driving. However, if you are making your left and your rights, you have to accelerate a little more every time, and that can reduce your turning capabilities, and it isn't quite as smooth of a ride. So that's kind of why I like the diamond style. Kind of gives you the best of both worlds. You're getting that traction control that you're looking for, albeit making for just a little bit of a smoother ride, which is really cool to see. But overall, these are a great set of chains. They're our favorite chains to put on because we don't find ourselves on the ground, getting beneath our wheel. All I have to do is stay right here on the side. It almost takes no time at all. Before I show you that, just a few little caveats. Today, I am working on two 25/55 R19 tires. So let's make sure we're putting our own tire size into the fit guide here at etrailer.com. That way, we're getting the right fit for our vehicle at home. And secondly, you might be wondering why I have it here on the front wheel. Well, the Toyotas are going to be an all-wheel drive package. However, I saw some things about saying that it primarily puts most of your steering here towards the front until it senses any kind of loss in the back, or I'm sorry, senses any loss in the front, and therefore it's starting to count for the back. So since we're doing the primary of our driving and our steering here on the front wheels, that's why we have it on the front here today. Now it's always going to be safer and a little more effective to get two pairs of chains. That way we have one on the front and on the back. But I'll leave that to you guys at home. But it's really not going to take us too much time to get this installed. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at how to get it on. To begin our installation, what we want to do is just lay out our chains just like we're seeing them. What we're looking for here, any kind of kinks or binds that might have been, acquired in storage. A lot of times what ends up happening with these guys, this little cable might be ran through one of your chains, so just walk it out. That's usually your biggest issue, that or just one of your hooks getting caught. But once you have gotten those all laid out, another thing to take note of, we want to make sure that our hard points of contact are on the other side because we're going to be enveloping this around our wheel and connecting it. So we want these soft points of contact actually touching our wheel because these guys could end up puncturing or damaging your tire, and we definitely don't want that. But now we need to bring ourselves to the middle of our chains. I like to push these guys just kind of to the cable of it. Now if you want, there are going to be some little plastic caps you can add on here. And if you're really worried about your rims, I would suggest putting those on. But otherwise, you don't really need them. But they are a great way of preventing any damage from your chain to your wheel. But once that's been thrown through, we need to take our two connections here and bring it up to the back here. And hopefully you guys get a good idea of it. Just slot those guys in like so and start fitting our chain here on our wheel. Alrighty, so I'm just kind of situating here. Now we want to take our extra little bit, make our front connection like so, slot it in just like that. And again, so you're starting to see just a little bit of these guys hanging down. Now again, if you're worried about your rims, you can put in little plastic cappers to prevent any kind of interaction there. But now we need to make our bottom connection. Simply take our adjuster and our pulley system, slot it in just like so. That's going to allow me now to start tightening that up, and I can even stand up and really pull it tight. So I really like these guys because this is tensioning it up, taking all that slack out, and now once I make this little bungee connection, just like that, were installed. So it's already on our vehicle, a really good fit here today, and what's better off about it, as we drive, this will tension itself up even more. So I really, really like that. We got a great fit, and it's easy to do. Well, that about does it for that install. As I said, really doesn't take any time at all, and there's a reason we all like it here at the shop, especially if you do find yourself in inclement weather. It's no fun to put chains on, and so it's nice that I can do this from the side of the vehicle. And what's great about it too, we can just do it in our garage before we get going. You know, these chains are nice, low profile, won't be breaking up our floors, and therefore we can protect ourselves before we even hit the road. I really do like the traveling case they give you too. Makes it a lot easier to have it in your vehicle at any point, and it's not like those tote bags or canvas bags you might see from other manufacturers that just break down. This guy is a hard plastic, gonna be holding up well for yourself. Now it does have some eyelets to let out a little bit of water, so it's not gonna be 100% waterproof. Keep that in mind. I know some people like just to throw it in the back when they're done. But again, a little maintenance on these chains can go a long way. That way they're ready for the long seasons to come. But otherwise, guys, I think that about does it for our look here today at the Konig XG12 Pro tire chains on our 2021 Toyota Venza. Once again, I'm Bobby. Thanks for watching.